Hi, this is the introductory video for modules 9 and 10 for Psychology of Women. In these modules, we're going to be talking about the objectification of women, imagery related to women, the beauty ideal, the unattainable beauty ideal. We're talking about also in module 10, the victimization of women and violence against women. And so I think a nice, something that I've heard recently, a nice example of how women's experiences and men's experiences on average are different, is that when men and women are entering a sexual encounter with a certain amount of ambiguity, men's primary fear is, am I going to be rejected? And a woman's primary fear entering this encounter is, am I going to be hurt or even killed? And so I think that kind of demonstrates this nice, stark difference between the way men and women and some of the things that they are thinking about, on a day-to-day that is created and maintained by situational factors and policies that are present in our society. And so one of the common themes of this class that I want to come back to is that we're looking to flip the script on some of the common questions that we hear asked in our society. So as you're doing these readings, I want you to be thinking about some of these questions that you've heard, like, what was she wearing when she got raped? Or what was she doing out so late by herself? Or what are the things the woman were doing that brought violence on to herself? Or also just questions like, well, why didn't she just leave her abusive partner? And as the authors of the readings that we're going to get into suggest, those aren't always the right questions and probably just not the right questions to be asking. And instead, we want to be thinking critically again about what situational factors and societal factors create a condition where violence against women is so common in our society. Jumping back to Module 9, thinking about the kinds of imagery that we often associate with women through advertising, through movies, kind of thing we hear what people say about women and what both men and women are saying about women, and how that one can really impact a woman's psychology, like her self-esteem and her sense of self, and how it can create a condition where she's, very much consumed by working on her body ideal, and how much her body is something that is such a highly valued thing about her more than the person herself, right? And so with all of these things, we're talking about like the rape culture and the beauty ideal, how all of these things contribute to creating and maintaining the patriarchy and not creating environments where women are able to make progress. And finally, as you're going through the readings, I want you to be thinking about what kinds of things, what are new ways that you're able to think about some of these topics based on what you learned? And what do you think would be important, what kind of conversations do you think would be important to have with people in your lives? Because if we want to enact any change, again, it's all about awareness first. And so if you can take some of these topics and bring them to people in your lives who you're close to and you care about and you think that would benefit from learning some of this material, I really encourage you to do that. And so I hope that you find some of these readings and the podcasts and the videos humorous, or just one of the videos humorous, but the readings enlightening and inspiring. And I hope that you take that forth into your lives.